For this digital Sabbath assignment experience, I chose about 4 to 5 hours. It was probably 4.5, where I did not use my phone or my laptop or any way to connect. I did have the TV on in the background for some of it, not the entire 4.5 hours, but for a small amount of time I did. Because in the article, they talked about how they would watch TV together. So I figured it was okay. It was really an eye-opening experience for me. I think one thing that really stood out was I have a lot of roommate issues. Not a lot, but there's one roommate out of all four of us that doesn't fit in quite as well. And when I wasn't given this phone to hide behind, I actually connected with her some, and obviously there's still bigger issues, but for this chunk of time I was able to connect with her. I went and exercised with her. We made dinner, me and my roommates. They were on their phones during this, but I wasn't. We were running, we ate, made dinner, we cleaned the apartment. That was another thing that I did. I did my room and my bathroom personally, but also just the apartment as a whole. We together cleaned, and it was really like nice bonding, I think, and it made a huge difference how I didn't have this phone where I could like text like, oh my god, this person is being so annoying or whatever. So that was really eye-opening. One thing or a couple things I missed was I have a boyfriend who lives where home is, and my family has a group message and we text in it all the time. So I guess for the small period of time I missed being able to text my family or my boyfriend, especially because the Panthers game was on, which is why I had the TV on for some of it. And we always texted and we're like, oh my gosh, this happened, or I can't believe this happened. So that was maybe one thing that I missed or disliked. Um, Different things I did. I talked about how I went exercising. I cleaned the kitchen after we made dinner, and we made like chicken parmesan, so it was a big fancy dinner. And then a lot of cleaning, which I really needed to do. And I read my textbook for a little bit because I was like, this will be productive, and it's not involving technology like my other homework does, like almost all my other homework. So that was another thing that I disliked, was that there was this time where I was trying to be productive, but then a bunch of my homework is online. I think that's just the time period now, but still definitely an issue. It tells me about technology that it's crazy how much it affects our lives, just day to day, talking to people, doing homework assignments, like watching TV, like everything is connected. It has such a huge influence that we don't even realize. It tells me about life that compared to when the article we read was written, and now there's already this huge chunk of difference in time, and it wasn't that long ago. Um, it shows that what's important to me is talking to people and connecting with people, because as soon as I didn't have my phone to text my boyfriend or my family, I would go talk to my roommates. Not that I didn't already talk to them all the time, but it was like I personally love talking and conversations. I'm very like not I don't need alone time that often. So it was really showed me like, oh, I like being around people, talking to people, and it's nice that technology nowadays, even if they're far away, I can still FaceTime them or feel like, oh, they're right there. And this could connect to education. I think the main thing would be it's a distraction for students in the classroom, but on the more positive side, it's definitely a way to connect with them. When I ran a club at my high school, I was the social media person for the club, and I spent time like doing a Remind 101. If you don't know what that is, it's this service where I could send out, and it goes as to a text to everybody, and they automatically know. It's a great way. Technology is such a great way to connect with students, and I think especially most people nowadays have a phone or a laptop that they can just go online, and even like emailing your professor if you have a question about something and they can get back to you so fast. I think it's absolutely incredible. And this was a really awesome experience. I think I'll try at least once a week to do something like this, even if it's just for 4 hours or 5 hours, because it really made a difference in my life.